All right, let's talk about something you've probably heard of, bento. Now, when you hear that word, what comes to mind? Maybe just a lunchbox, right? A simple box for your meal. But in Japan, wow, it's so much more. We're talking about a daily ritual, a piece of art, really, a whole cultural phenomenon, all packed into this one little box. So you gotta be wondering, what's really in the box? Well, that's what we're here to do. We're gonna unpack it all. The tradition, the creativity, and believe me, a few cultural surprises that make the world of bento just fascinating. Okay, so on the surface, a bento is pretty simple. It's a single portion meal, you either pack it at home or you buy it on the go. Easy enough. But that definition, it just doesn't do it justice. It hides this incredible universe of variety. Because this isn't just about getting fed, no way. It's about art, it's about nutrition, and it's even about communication. All perfectly, meticulously arranged inside this one box. All right, so let's get into the first big surprise for a lot of people. If you ever go to Japan, you might think the biggest culture shock is going to be the crazy fast trains or the ancient temples, but honestly, it might just be lunch. Yeah, I'm serious. The sheer, almost overwhelming variety of bento it's just something else. And I mean, they are everywhere. You can walk into any convenience store, what they call a kombini, a supermarket, a train station, and boom, you're hit with this wall of different bento boxes. It's such a core part of daily life for everyone. Students, office workers, you name it. This is not some special occasion thing. It's the default lunch for millions of people every single day. And the variety, it's just staggering. You've got your classics like nourishment, that's usually a piece of fish on rice, all covered with a sheet of seaweed. Simple but delicious. Then you have the one everyone loves, kyara-ben, which is packed with that amazing Japanese fried chicken. If you can't decide, there's the makunouchi, which is kind of a sampler platter with a little bit of everything. And of course, donbori style, which is basically a perfect rice bowl, just, in a box. And this really hits home for people visiting from other countries. There's this great quote from a British guy in his 20s. He was just amazed, saying, "The number of types you can buy is so huge. You can literally compare and eat different ones every single day." And he's right. Think about it. Back home, you might grab the same sandwich a few times a week. In Japan, you could go for weeks without ever eating the same bento twice. That's a game changer. Okay, so we've established there are a ton of options. That's the quantity part. But the real magic of bento, that's in the quality, and especially the presentation. It really is a feast for your eyes long before it ever hits your stomach. And that all comes from a really deep-rooted Japanese sense of aesthetics. And this beautiful arrangement, it's not just random. There's a core principle at play here, and it's all about balancing 5 key colors: red, yellow, green, white, and black or brown. The idea is that if you get all these colors in your box, you're not just getting a meal that looks amazing, you're also getting one that's nutritionally balanced. It's like a simple visual checklist for a healthy lunch. So how do you actually do this? Well, it's easier than you'd think. Your red could be a little cherry tomato or one of those classic red sausages. Yellow, that's almost always going to be tamagoyaki, that delicious rolled omelet. For green, you just toss in some broccoli. White is easy, that's your rice. And for black or brown, you can sprinkle on some sesame seeds or add a bit of seaweed. And just like that, without even really trying, your lunchbox is turned into this beautiful, balanced mosaic of food. Okay, but if the 5-color rule is the basic art class, then Kyaraben is the masterpiece gallery. Kyaraben literally means character bento, and this is where things get taken to a whole other level. You know how sometimes you see sausages cut to look like a little octopus? Well, imagine taking that idea and creating these incredibly detailed, edible versions of your favorite characters from anime, manga, or video games. That's Kyaraben. And the reaction people have is pretty much universal. This one girl from Poland, she was just a teenager, said it best. Kyaraben is too amazing. It's too cute to eat. And you totally get that feeling. These things are so intricate and adorable, you almost feel bad for digging in with your chopsticks. It's a level of dedication that just blows everyone away, not just visitors. All right, let's pivot to another huge culture shock. And this one can be really surprising, especially if you're coming from another part of Asia. We need to talk about the great temperature debate, because most Japanese bento is designed to be eaten cold. Yeah, I know. For a lot of us, the idea of eating cold rice, cold chicken, cold veggies, it just sounds a bit off, right? But here's the key. Japanese bentos isn't just last night's leftovers tossed in a box. Every single item in there is chosen and cooked in a specific way so that it tastes absolutely delicious, even at room temperature. The flavors, the textures, it's all by design. So what are these magical foods that taste great cold? Well, a survey found the undisputed champions, the holy trinity of the bento box, if you will. And they are that rolled omelet, tamagoyaki, the fried chicken, karaage, and good old wiener sausages. Let's take a closer look at the top two. First up, tamagoyaki. It's this beautiful, slightly sweet rolled omelet. And what's amazing is that its flavor actually gets richer and deeper as it cools. And then, karaage. This is not your average fried chicken. It's marinated in things like soy sauce, ginger, and garlic, which means it's packed with savory flavor that totally holds up even when it's not piping hot. And rounding out the all-stars, we've got a couple more staples. You have the wiener sausages, which are all about adding a bit of fun. You'll often see them cut into cute little octopus shapes. And then there's the timeless classic, a piece of salted salmon, or shiozake. The salt does two things. It helps preserve it, and it boosts the flavor, which makes it the absolute perfect companion for room temperature rice. Okay, so we've packed our bento, now let's take it on a trip. Because in Japan, the journey itself is often just as important as where you're going. And that philosophy extends all the way to lunch. So let's talk about the incredible world of Ekiben. So, Ekiben is just a mashup of two words. Eki, which means train station, and ben, from bento. Simple, right? Station bento. But these are way more than just a quick meal for the train. Each Ekiben is like a culinary postcard from that specific region. It's packed with local specialties and famous ingredients, so you're literally getting a taste of the place you're in. And here's another thing that really surprises people. A traveler from Hong Kong pointed out that where they're from, eating on the train is a big no-no. It's forbidden. But in Japan, it's the complete opposite. Kicking back on a super fast Shinkansen, opening up your Ekiben, and watching the Japanese countryside zip by, that's not just allowed, it's a beloved, almost essential part of traveling. And the innovation is just wild. Get this, a visitor from Spain talked about the first time he got an Ekiben that heats itself up. You just pull a string on the side of the box, a little chemical reaction kicks in, and boom, a hot meal right there on the train. I mean, how cool is that? It just goes to show you the level of passion and ingenuity that goes into this whole bento culture. Okay, so we've talked about the insane variety, the incredible artistry, the whole hot versus cold thing, and the special tradition of train bento. But when you wrap all of that up, you start to realize there's one secret ingredient that's in every single bento box. Because a bento is so much more than just food. It's a form of communication. It's a way to express care, love, encouragement, without saying a single word. Think about a parent getting up super early to make a bento for their kid's school day. That effort, that time, it's a way of saying, I care about you, or good luck on your test today, or even just, have a wonderful day. There's a Japanese publication that summed it up just perfectly. They called the bento a message box, and that's exactly what it is. It's not just about filling your stomach. It's this real, tangible connection between the maker and the eater. It's like a little love letter you get to open up every day at lunch. So that kind of leaves us with a bigger question to think about, doesn't it? What if every meal we shared wasn't just fuel? What if it was a message, an opportunity to really connect with someone and share a piece of ourselves? The humble bento box proves that it's totally possible, one colorful, delicious, and heartfelt meal at a time.